13 years ago, you may remember this, Oprah Winfrey bankrolled an ambitious plan to provide new homes to Katrina survivors here in Houston.
And now those families on Angel Lane are watching the storm develop with heavy hearts and an open door for loved ones. Josh Marshall is on Angel Lane.
Over the years, a lot of the original Angel Lane families have moved away. But for the select few who are still here, they're opening their homes for their families in New Orleans.
A lot has changed since Angel Lane first opened. Many signs and symbols have been removed as families who once found this safe haven moved away. The ones still here have generations of family in New Orleans as relentless rain floods the streets, and the worst could be yet to come. Now they're paying the kindness they once received forward by inviting their family and friends to escape the storm on Angel Lane.
We have enough room. You know, if you need to, you have enough room for him. Yeah. So all you have to do is just make it here. It was hard when we came out here to get here.
During Ike and Harvey, floodwaters didn't make it into Angel Lane homes. The people who live here are confident they can provide safety even if the storm comes towards Houston.
Now, all eyes are on the Gulf Coast. Its path is uncertain, but the only certainty here is that Angel Lane is still open to help. In Houston, Josh Marshall, KHOU 11 News.